think this is pretty perfect.
I think it's a winner.
Yeah, it's definitely a winner. Hey, it's Darlene B. I am here with Gary McNeff. Gary, what do you do?
I make barbecue sauces. Rubs, black garlic, some salts.
And we're here today doing a wonderful recipe. Now, this is gonna be an indulgent recipe. We are doing a chopped brisket, mac and cheese, grilled cheese. Did you hear what I said? A chopped brisket, mac and cheese, grilled cheese.
And my mouth is watering over.
It
really is.
So, we definitely have to get started. So let's get started. So we're gonna start out with the brisket that you actually smoked. So I'm gonna let Gary take care of this.
With the brisket, there are actually two different pieces of brisket. There is what they call the flat cut, and there's what they call the point. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and separate them, cut off this piece of it, and on here, first thing I'm going to do is just do a rough slice. You can see the smoke ring there.
So, Gary, how long did you say that you smoked it for?
This particular one was about 10 hours. And brisket is one of those finicky things you really don't know in advance. I've had them anywhere, this is one of the shorter ones actually. I've had them anywhere from that 10-hour period up to 18 hours. So in order to chop it, I'm going to adjust that.
How did you get into barbecue?
My grandfather, great question. My grandfather actually had a restaurant in Kansas City back in the 30s. And he had he made barbecue sauce. He would literally sell out every single night and he would have to go home and make more. Now, that was Kansas City, Kansas. And in Kansas City, that's a huge thing. And that's how it came up with it. And the name is Grandpa's Best. And this particular sauce that I'm going to be using now is called Sweet and Lime. I'm just going to grab some of what I just chopped. Throw it in the bowl there. Save the rest of it to chop a little bit later. Open the sauce.
And so before you turn
the
sauce, what did you do to season?
We want to take some rub. Now we make 6 different rubs. In this particular case, I used what we call the horny bowl, which is our beef rub. So you put a little bit, in my case, I put a little bit of olive oil on it. That's my preference as a binder. So you just rub a little bit of that on the meat, and you literally rub the rub into the meat very well, and let it sit overnight. So all we're going to do is take it, put a little bit of sauce on there, mix it up. As you can see that is now ready to go on a sandwich. So that's really all there is to it.
All right, so you know that I need to taste the final product.
Of course, I want you to taste that.
At least, of course. Right. All right, so this is for okay. Now I love brisket.
I do too. Brisket is my favorite out of all the meats to smoke. Good.
It's really good.
So I like it mild. If you like a little bit of spice, warm and smoky.
You all know that I like it spicy.
Yes. If you want a lot of spice, we have one called Really Frickin' Hot, which is truth in advertising.
Okay.
And you can use that. There's a spicy honey chipotle that's fantastic too. Really Frickin' Hot, which is truth in advertising.
Okay.
And you can use that. There's a spicy honey chipotle that's fantastic too.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to our macaroni. What you'll need is a cream, half and half. You can use heavy cream as well. I'm using a light cream today, okay? So what we're doing is we're gonna put it in a pot. I have a large pot here, and it's turned on medium heat. And so I'm gonna put it in there. And while it's warming up, I'm just going to put in some American cheese. We want it for the creaminess. And like the flavor of American cheese, it kind of reminds me of old school mac and cheese, okay? So we're just breaking it apart and putting it in here, and we're gonna melt it down. And we have our mild cheddar, so I'm gonna put the mild cheddar in, okay? And we also have some sharp cheddar, and we're gonna put that in there as well, okay? Get all of it. All right, so I'm gonna mix that around, and then last but not least, we have our macaroni. And we're going to pour, maybe not pour, mix in the macaroni, okay? And now we have to stir it, okay? So we're just gonna stir it so it's all incorporated, all the cheese, all the gooiness, all the cream, all the good stuff, okay? And it looks amazing in here.
Very simple, very easy mac and cheese. You will never use boxed mac and cheese again.
So we have to try it. Let's try it. Thank you.
Oh, that looks good.
And it's creamy, right?
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
So now we have to put our sandwich together. We have some fontina cheese. It's gonna melt amazingly. We are going to butter the sourdough on each side. I'm gonna give it to you to put into the pan. That's you. All right, so we have that. Ooh, hear the sizzle. So I'll give that to you as well. I'm gonna put the fontina down. So let's put the mac and cheese. I let it sit a little bit so it has thickened up, so it won't be all droopy, but it's still creamy. Still creamy. All right, so we have our mac and cheese down. Now, Gary, I need you to do the honors and put the brisket down. Okay?
I am more than happy to do that. I've been waiting for this part.
Oh, you have been.
I have been. Let's get some of that all over this thing. Get that nice fat in there.
Right, we have our sandwich.
We are ready to go.
Let us try this. We gotta get the
good stuff out
the
of
good
it.
stuff out of the pan. All right.
What?
We have our sandwich, and it looks really good. So we're gonna cut into the sandwich, and I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Turn it out.
Okay,
All right.
going in.
Me too.
That is so good.
Ooh, so good.
And I never would have thought of putting those two together. It's amazing.
So we have the creaminess of the mac and cheese. You have a little bit of the nutty from the fontina. Then you have the sweetness and the smoke of the brisket and the sauce.
Sweetness of the sauce.
The sweetness of the sauce, yeah.
And if you want a little bit of heat, you just use one of the other sauces. So you can change that level according to whatever you like.
Definitely, but I think this is pretty perfect.
I think it's a winner.
Yeah, it's definitely a winner. It's
I
a
hope you
winner.
enjoyed this episode. If you'd like any of Gary's barbecue sauces, rubs, or garlic, check down in the description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Chef Darlene B and visit my website at www.chefdarleneb.com.